Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I'll be presenting my pathogen, which is varicella zoster virus. I'm going to be referring to the virus as VZV for short. Let's get started. Alrighty, so the domain is virus, the phylum is Incertaceatus, the species is human alpha herpes virus 3, the genus is varicella virus, family is herpes viridae. The class is Incertaceatus, and for this image here, the virus is enveloped form and has the shape of an icosahedral capsid, and as you can see, it's shaped like a sphere. So VZV is a double-stranded DNA virus and has the ability to persist in the body after a primary infection as a latent infection. Its main targets are T lymphocytes, epithelial cells, and ganglia. So for the image here, VZV virion consists of nucleocapsid surrounding a core that contains the linear double-stranded DNA genome. A protein tegument, which is the light blue area, separates the capsid from the lipid envelope, which incorporates the major viral glycoprotein spikes, which surrounds the virus here. And how it's transmitted is by droplets or particles in the air. It enters the respiratory tract and the conjunctiva. It is said that the virus replicates at the site of entry in the nasopharynx and the regional lymph nodes. Another way of transmission is person to person through respiratory tract secretion, direct contact, or inhalation of aerosols from vesicular fluid of skin lesions. And I put this image here, which explains how droplets are created. So once it is expelled from the body, the larger droplets fall closer to the person that expelled that into the air, and the smaller droplets are still airborne and can float through the air. Varicella is the primary infection that leads to chickenpox. Once the virus enters the body, it will remain dormant. Once the virus is reactivated, it leads to virus replication. It can be diagnosed visually by physician, or if unsure, lab tests can be ordered. Most often, you can visually see blisters, scabs, ulcers, and red spots, just like here on this image. 90% of adults in the United States acquire this disease in childhood. Herpes zoster, also known as shingles, is the recurrent disease. It is reactivated by latent varicella. The virus lies dormant and reemerges as shingles. It involves the tissue innervated by the involved neurons, which causes inflammation and cell death. With this image here, the tissue appears as a painful rash. It includes red patches of the skin, small blisters, and it looks very similar to early chickenpox. It can clear up in 2 to 3 weeks and the pain may last for months to years. So moving on to vaccines. A live vaccine strain, Viravax or Virarix, was originally developed in Japan to prevent the spread of varicella among children 12 months and older. This vaccine was licensed for use in the United States March of 1995. Zostarvax is a trademark vaccine that was licensed for use in the prevention of herpes zoster and post-therapeutic neuralgia in elderly people. The first vaccine to reduce the risk of herpes zoster was licensed in May of 2006. In treatment, analgesic is a pain reliever. Antiviral drugs reduces virus ability to replicate. Antihistamine reduces or stops allergic reaction. So here's a quick overview. Once the virus varicella enters the body, it causes chickenpox. After infection, the virus remains in the body and becomes latent in the ganglionic neurons. Once reactivated, the virus zoster spreads to the skin, innervated by neurons. In here, for the elderly, there are also many complications as well as for rare. It's rare in healthy children. In fact about varicella zoster is it is among 4 species of herpes virus that are extremely widespread around humans. 90% of adults are infected with at least one. A latent form of the virus can live in the body for long periods of time without causing any symptoms. And that was the last of it. Thanks for watching.